What's up, guys? Back with a pretty big update. Today is January 8th, Friday, and yesterday, or late last night I should say, the IRS released PP2 loan guidance and some pretty important stuff in here. So I'll try to be quick, go through it, and I'll also link the actual document, the IFR, down below, so you guys can, if you guys have time, read it. It's 42 pages actually. So I went through most of it, and mainly picking out the stuff that applies to self-employed people that have no employees. So let's get to it. So January 11th, the PPP2 for first draw loans as well, meaning that you didn't get round one. So these are the people that didn't get round one, maybe didn't apply or didn't qualify, whatever it may be. Starts January 11th, okay? And it's only available to community financial institutions. So what does that mean? Those are your local banks and credit unions for the most part. Now, always check with them, obviously, and see if they're considered a community financial institution. So I know there's some other asset or revenue type of thing that defines if they are that. So check with them, meaning your local banks, not like the big banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, those type of banks. So check with them or credit union. All right, and again, that's January 11th. These are for people that never got the first round PPP. All right. So the second draw, meaning people that got the first round and want to get another round, that opens up January 13th with the same places. I'm looking at my notes here, the same places, the community financial institution. So with that being said, obviously I said before that if you get the first round PPP, you need to go to that same lender. So if that lender wasn't a local bank credit union or not a community financial institution, then shortly after January 13th, there was no set date yet, other institutions will be able to process or start taking applications for PPP2, like the fintechs like I recommend, PayPal, Bluefin, Cabbage, and the bigger banks, of course. So the next date on this is March 31st is when everyone can no longer accept applications for PPP. So that's March 31st. So I think that's the end of the first quarter, basically. So some good news for second draw loans, okay, is if you're basing your number, if you're going, well, you will be using the same lender, but if you're basing your figures, your loan amount, off of 2019, you really shouldn't have to, when you apply at least, you shouldn't have to really check with them, of course, but you shouldn't have to provide documentation or proof that you lost money in 2020 in that quarter, comparing to 2020 quarter. But check with your lender first. However, when you do apply for forgiveness, you will have to show some type of proof, and I'll get to that in a minute. The other thing that's big is that, again, this applies to self-employed, meaning that you filed a Schedule C in 2019. If you're in business all 4 quarters of 2019, what you can do is when you apply for forgiveness, you can actually use your total gross on your 2019 and compare it to your total gross on your 2020, which is your Schedule C. And you can also prove if it's 25% loss or more, you can use that as proof instead of a quarter. All right. I think that makes it easier for them to determine less documentation on your part, so it makes it easier for you as well. So that's a new thing. And also the loan must be less than 150K, which it should be if you're self-employed in Schedule C with no employees. So that's came out, so that makes it a little easier in a sense. Now you should know, obviously we're 8 days, a little more than a week into 2021, so you should know your gross compared to total gross from 2020 to 2019. With also too, it also stated what counts as gross income. So basically, anything you did for labor and you got in return from customers, anything you sold. However, with anything you sold or anything that's taxable that you collect taxes on, any taxes you collect, that's not considered income because that should go straight to your local and state government. So that wouldn't count towards your gross. So if you collected $1,000, let's just say, in the month, and out of that $1,000, $200 was taxes. Now that means your gross is $800. Okay. As far as the max loan the max loan you can get for self-employed is, okay, let me backtrack. So when you apply for loan forgiveness, all right, it's going to be based upon your Schedule C, your net profit, okay, either 2019, 2020, you can use whichever is higher, just as long as you qualify, meaning that 2020 you showed a loss of 25% or more in gross compared to 2019, whether it's a quarter or the whole year again. You just say your net income was, it can't be more than 100K. Well, it can be, but the most you can fill out the forgiveness is $100,000. You divide that number by 12, and then that gives your monthly net income times it by 2.5. And then that would be your loan forgiveness. That should also be your loan amount as well. If you got more than that for whatever reason, then obviously that difference, if you get the other portion forgiven, you have to pay that back with the loan and requirements and interest. So I think as far as what was released from the IRS and the guidelines, I think that's pretty much it for the self-employed. Again, I focus mainly on self-employed. Contractors, etc. So that was pretty much it in terms of what's important to self-employment. You file a Schedule C. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll see if I can answer them. As always check with your CPA and tax advisors. They hopefully are staying on top of this, so this should give you more guidance on how to proceed, or if you're looking to proceed to get either the first draw, if this is your first draw PPP, or second draw. Again, I'll put the link down below to the actual document, and this is off of IRS's website, I believe, or Treasury's, the Treasurer's website. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Till next update, peace.